Go.
Foul Rangor, in search of the Iot shield, emboldened by the bottom fortify. Someone must lower your turn count. Let it be Pala the White Wing.
Let's go.
I see. I see.
We're already getting to the used potion.
Yes, potion.
Yo,
Ward
okay,
XP.
okay. Cecile got support. Cecile got support ranking up.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
Indeed.
It is
my
called.
God.
Is that Yoshikazu Yasuhiko's Arion?
Yo?
What?
Nobody knows who that guy is.
What?
Yeah, even for you.
I know who that is.
Listen,
I can back him
Well,
up.
it's because you are
for you, Joey. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Wait, shit.
Also, you have made the power of friendship yours. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Ho ho ho! Ryan and Rangor.
Yo, the best. The best
Ben?
horseman.
Ben?
What?
No.
First,
Brown?
get some Wendy's buttermilk ranch sauce.
What the fuck?
Why would you say that?
What the fuck? This is off to an amazing start.
Can I just point out to the audience? Can I point out to the audience that we actually had a planned schedule for this, but we've just got off it so fast that it's kind of impressive, to be honest.
The planned stuff is still gonna happen after the first two.
Yeah, like
Sure.
We're cooking.
hello,
We're cooking.
You're
Opium.
cooking a question.
the new mystery
Be careful
of
with pals.
the new mystery of who the fuck balanced this unit.
Don't you know she's not that good in some games?
B tier. Paola is B tier.
Beat your Paola. I
Paola
mean,
looks like she would eat
I don't
Reese's
know.
Pieces.
I don't know. Maybe,
Who looks like
maybe
Reese?
she's worse. Maybe she's worse.
Reese?
Maybe
Reese.
Paula is like maybe Paula is actually B tier in the Japanese version of FE3. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
The Japanese version.
It was way more
Yeah,
fucked
like
up in
it's
the
the
Japanese
like it's not
version.
the only fucking version
You know, the
that
PAL,
exists.
did you know the PAL version of FE3 S is actually top tier?
What about the Chinese version?
Did you
In my-
did you know that in FE1+2?
In my opinion, the PAL version of Gex 2 is more playable.
What?
Did you hear how they trademarked
You are
Gex?
just saying worse words.
No, it's real. It's real. The PAL version of Gex has a different voice actor that is
Just
more
as
palatable.
real Silk Song.
Also, if you're wondering why the fuck the robe went to Linda, that's why.
Yeah. To survive that guy.
And the reason I have what's her face go that far, Katria, is to bait these guys in. This is like about the most you need to do in this map, honestly. Since,
This
you
is
know,
the solution.
What are they gonna do? Oh yeah, that makes
Wait,
This is the solution to the puzzle.
aren't there like any other Dracos that like do like move later?
these
What are they gonna do about
guys, these guys. Okay, so these guys move later alongside this guy.
What are they gonna do about those? Are you just gonna wait it out?
I'm gonna have these hang around here, and then the reason I'm a pirate, besides the stats, I can cross the water.
yeah, to handle
Also,
the final formation.
If anyone in the spectators is wondering what happened to our very organized recording schedule, oh, Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring. Do I not have an iron bow? Oh, it's on him. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That's one use of the Lucasad.
Luca.
No, it's Luck Isad.
E.
What the
McClanky.
No!
What? I'm sorry, what?
It's a Star Wars thing.
It's things said by Guido.
Okay,
Is there a forest here?
real talk though. Who the fuck
it's a
names
real
their kid Greedo?
Hey, they're aliens,
no,
bro. They have different
Wrangler.
cultures.
You know how in Star Wars Episode 4 people kept doing the debate of who shot first?
Yeah.
On their latest releases, they made Greedo say McClanky for
What?
no reason.
Okay, I see.
McClanky.
Well,
Well,
it's speed.
and defense.
Yeah.
It's 2 HP and defense. Like,
Yeah.
what more could you ask for in this like difficulty?
Everything you could ever want.
Except I could want more.
I want it all.
Do you want bombs, my friend? They're yours.
So they're yours, my friend.
I wish I could memorize what the text was in Dutch.
This map really.
Why
this
do
map
we search
really
stuff
is,
right now?
Death.
You guys
This
heard of
map
the
really-
secret dev room in the Swedish version of Wand of Gamelon?
Of what? Also, I'm fairly sure there is a reinforcement from that fort. Just FYI.
This map really is just. I went to Burger King.
King. Yo!
Then I walked back home
Yo.
from Burger King.
Also, shoutouts to also shoutouts to Paula always killing this thief.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What would be? It would be epic if this map had the FE3 random reinforcements.
That's not even. This isn't even the only map that potentially has them. By the way.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? FE3 has that?
Yes,
Yeah.
FE3. Yeah, this map has between 0 to 18 Cavaliers randomly.
18?
Yes, 18.
Well, not in the same term, but just throughout.
Yeah, throughout. Chapter 12 also. You know those ambush. You know that those like spawns from the bottom, from the top. It's the lava map. There, it's actually like fucking a wave of like random enemies from the bottom. Well, not like the classes are set, but the numbers they come in are random.
Ah, but you see, Wrangler,
you have to
because it
keep
is
eye on
random. Because it's random, it adds more replayability.
Okay.
Because every one will be a different experience.
Yet,
Every copy of Fire Emblem 3 is personalized.
Personalized. Every one at least.
Sending virtual pipe bomb.
Because you owe me still, my friend.
I think Paola just went up to
Lampolel?
80 because of that.
Paola went on a fucking strike.
Paula stocks with Aether?
All the stocks are collapsing.
No. Skill.
Right. This is
You
the
made me
Rainbow
roll.
RNG experience.
Yes, the Rango RNG. Lucky.
Okay. No,
What was that?
What the fuck?
was that?
And this is
Radd-
going swimmingly.
Radd really loves The Simpsons, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
He really likes Peter Griffin and Eshka.
big.
What?
Big fan.
Oh, hello. Hi, cutscene.
Yeah.
Cutscene, man.
Cutscene man.
Mr. Cutscene, man.
Okay,
Okay.
next step in getting the fuck out.
I hope Wrangler forgets at Paula turn.
Shut the fuck up.
That would be disastrous.
Is next turn the part where Paula just starts swimming the entire map?
Yes.
I am on my knees praying that Wrangler forgets one turn of Paula.
Please shut
You
up.
kneel before peak fiction. You
Kneel.
pray to peak fiction.
Speaking of, that's probably a good segue to that. Since the map's basically the map's basically fucking over. I mean, not really, but you know what I
Until
fucking
the
mean.
end.
Yeah.
Until the end, anyway.
You know, the map's
Right now it's
the
just
map's
open
over
walking
until it
simulator.
isn't. The map's over until it isn't.
The
Which
map's
means
on
you can finally
strike.
start your planned discussion.
Yes. So, god damn it, I'm horrible at starting discussion, verbally at
Let
least.
me work with you then. It's a meta commentary, right? You're talking about the reaction to three houses within the community.
Yes, or more specifically, like the. Holy shit.
Oh.
I was supposed to vulnerary there, right?
Well,
The power turn.
That's almost missing the pala turn.
close.
Whatever. Almost only counts in horseshoes and nuclear strikes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, the meta commentary. Basically, I've been on a sort of a journey throughout like the Free Houses community to like see what their perspectives are, what their takes are, and in general. And like a take I've seen is that like Free Houses' plot is like so special and so important, quote unquote, that like it will always remain relevant. Like even when new Fire Emblem comes out, like people will still just flock to Free Houses instead of, you know, most of the community flocking to the new Fire Emblem game. Now I know that has some traction with free copes, and that's about as much as I'll say about that game. But you know, it's set in the fucking Free Houses' world. But like, the point I'm trying to make here is that you all, Amber probably cares the most out of any of you about Free Houses besides me. But like even then, it's like not like the end all be all of like Fire Emblem. It's not like, you know, you can't have plot outside of it, and it's not like, you know, it's not like, you know, Fire Emblem just fucking ascended past gameplay at all. Because the FE12 part of this is that these people really like to hate on like the DS games for nearly killing the series, when, you know, it's Tellius that did, and bad like decisions in general.
It
Yeah,
didn't get
not advertising games.
Yeah, I will add that it is very funny how people always point to the DS games as almost killing the series, when not only did Radiant Dawn sell horribly, which the Tellius fans will never admit to, but also New Mystery sold decently well in Japan, but the reason it's undersold was because it didn't get ported to the West.
Yeah.
You know, it's all, you know, like the more thing about that is like they spent budget on their 3D and the game sold terribly, like compared to like most of the series. Like
like for those of you who don't know, RD is like one of the worst selling Fire Emblem games, and I don't think POR sold that well either.
And they also like had the horrible release dates. Oh my god.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I didn't sell well because it was a GameCube game, and even though the Wii was just a massive success, the game itself was a sequel to a GameCube game that already didn't sell well.
Also, having like a sequel to a game nobody played releasing in the same week as Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
that was it. It was Super Mario Galaxy.
I'm pretty sure, like, fucking Radiant, like, I think Radiant Dawn is just straight up like the worst, the second worst selling Fire Emblem game.
Okay, let me put it this way: when we consider the Japanese market only, Berwick Saga outsold POR.
I actually want to point out something interesting. How they say that the DS games were killing the series. Shadow Dragon outsold Radiant Dawn and almost outsold POR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yep.
I think like the other part of that take that I want to dissect though is the part that you can't have any plot, it will like remain a super relevant plot or whatever. I want to point out to actually Metal Gear series, and no, I'm actually not talking about MGR for once. I'm talking about MGS 1 and 2 in this case, where like, you know, 1 is like, you know, the iconic one, and then what did the second game do? It fucking like discarded the whole thing, and guess which game is more relevant? MGS1 or MGS2?
2 by a mile.
2.
2, yeah.
I went through MGS1 pretty recently, actually, my first time run through of it, and I had played MGS2 before then, years ago. Though, obviously, it's not as fresh in my mind, and I do appreciate what MGS1 did. MGS2 it's on a different level. It's in a different league. It is a whole different caliber, and I don't mean that to discredit Metal Gear Solid 1. I like what it has to say, but Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of the most important works in the medium.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it was so ahead of its time that it legitimately did not get appreciated.
Yeah, like MGS3 has like a scene, I believe, where like Snake beats up like what is supposed to be like Raiden's grandfather or something, just because people really didn't like MGS2 that much. And it's
right.
like,
Yeah.
What?
No, I just remember that, that's all.
Yeah,
also,
no.
you can like become him.
I mean, that... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's like a costume where you like change into him, and then there's the whole thing with Vulcan, and that's like...
Yeah.
It's a different topic.
I feel like that was legitimately made to a certain extent by Kojima out of frustration.
Yeah, and that is actually kind. Actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of weird how often that happened in like the early 2000s. Like stuff that was really cool in like a game and experimental, getting like harassed by fans. Because like the example I think of, which I guess would be the Western equivalent of MGS2. No, shut up, Rev. Would be Halo 2, because Halo 2, like, again, it kind of does a similar thing, though you play as Chief more than you do Snake. But like, the Gravemind was really an interesting addition to that series, but people hated the Gravemind on release so much that he does not actually make a physical appearance in 3, which is really unfortunate.
What the
And
fuck?
it kind of feels similar.
What the fuck? You have to use Gordon now.
Got it.
The first year when it released also received a lot of backlash.
Yo!
Because
Yeah.
people only played the first ending and called it generic.
And then, you know, ending E. Or was it E?
It
was
on
the
the original year it's ending D.
Oh, Nier!
think,
Oh, Nier! I was fucking thinking Dragon Guard.
Dragon Guard.
Yes, but that's different issues. Like,
People also thought the same about Drakengard. Like people played the first ending,
but
thought
it's
nothing
fair
of it,
because
and
like
then
getting
it was
all the other guys, at least a Dragon is
Okay,
like horrible.
let's not beat around the bush and say like Drakengard is like kind of somewhat intentionally a bad game. I could understand someone not getting all the endings for Drakengard.
But not
Oh,
Nier.
what burns! I hate that much.
There's...
God damn it.
No,
Yeah, but right.
Well,
Epic.
let's go.
I mean, in this case,
best
in this
RNG.
case, it's not really unexpected. He literally has class growths and like a 10% luck growth. Still,
Yeah.
that crit sucked.
Oh, there is one interesting thing about Iran I just want to mention, and it's mostly to do with this interesting little oddities from FE11 and Shadow Dragon. Nobody has resistance as a growth, except for a very exceptional few units. Mostly restricted to magic-based units and a handful of physical units. For example, the White Wings all have...
Yo!
Oh, good job. Marth has a 5%...
With the res
has a
growth.
2%. Marth has a 2% resistance growth in Shadow Dragon. The White Wings, with their class growth, have 5% and 10%, respectively, between Pala and Katria, and I don't remember Ests, because it's not terribly important. And, the one other character who's really notable is that Iran has a resistance growth, of all people. I think it's 10% to 11%?
Yo.
Which is shockingly high. It might actually be lower than that. But regardless, he's a funny person.
Yeah. But like, okay, to wrap up that discussion about like the things, that it's that like the point they're trying to make is that like characters, like plot is like what people are looking for in Fire Emblem, and no, it's not. It's like the funny supports and visuals. Just look at Echoes. But but gameplay still has its place.
Echoes also has the really good voice direction.
Yeah, but so does like Three Houses. But it's like in general, it's like, can you really say that like one game doing somewhat well with its world building, at least it's to the point that it's interesting, not like even particularly great, makes it so that you cannot have means so that you cannot have anything past it? No, it really doesn't.
And, like, if you wanted honestly to compare, let's say, this has happened before, let's say, like, there have been some flagship entries in the series that have set benchmarks that have been surpassed. Like, there is a higher ceiling than what we've gotten with this entry. In fact, there's a much higher ceiling than what we've gotten within this entry within this same series, if I'm going to be honest. But that's digressing. There is potential for this series outside of what Three Houses has done.
Yeah.
And like these people treat Three Houses like it isn't a flawed story itself. Like it couldn't possibly be better when there are several aspects of it which could obviously.
I mean, okay. I have a bit of a small theory, I guess. Three Houses is actually somewhat has like somewhat of a plentiful fanfiction scene. I guess so does Awakening, but I think the reason it works well within the Three Houses context is actually because of how little we get to know about like the world besides like the things we directly see. It leaves like this massive creative void that you can fill with a fanfiction. Like look at Library of Ruina, for example. That game has a much better plot, but like you can. Like, the potential for fanfictions in that is much lower because it's a much more cohesive story, so inserting things into it is a harder ask.
Yeah, like, for example, we know next to nothing about the Church of Steros and its practices. We know vague oddities, and basically nothing. We're told that it has a strong doctrine and strong control on Fodlan, but we're not really given good examples of that, good concrete explanations, or so much as like consistency.
The closest we get is the whole kill heretic thing, which I mean, yeah, it's a church in that time era. Of course, they're going to kill every heretic. Like that's nothing substantial to discuss.
I mean, even then it's like
it's because it's been a while since Fire Emblem went into the medieval stuff.
I got him. Here's another thing actually about like that. They actually, like, the DLC had to go to great lengths to, like, fucking, like, show that, oh, these guys are actually evil, because people are missing that fucking point throughout, like, the base story. And I'm sorry, that's just bad writing if people are missing the point that fucking far about the church.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, the game really doesn't try that hard to make them, like, it basically exclusively does it on Crimson Flower, and the church is the good guys everywhere else. Like, I mean, Seth is constantly around outside of, especially in Silver Snow.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, at least Silver Snow has, like, Seth being fucking uncomfortable with, like, the dialogue, but then you have shit like fucking, fuck, I promised I wasn't gonna talk about this, but here we fucking are. I'm gonna try to diverge as soon as I fucking can, guys. I promise. Okay. But we have like the fucking the church just like fucking summary executing the Imperial Army after Enbar, and the only reason they don't is because Count Burgley like tells them, bro, fucking stop, kill me instead, let my men live, and like what the fuck. This also happens on
that's a thing?
Yes! Dorothea and Caspar, after the Endbar chapter, talk about how that happens. It happens on both Silverstone and Verdant Wind, and it's like, what the fuck?
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
What?
Like, they're about to fucking, like, kill the remaining Imperial soldiers who aren't even fighting anymore. But then, but the only reason they don't is because Count Burgley just comes up and goes, no, just fucking kill me, and he does die.
If there's
that's kind of fucked.
Way to put a cap on this whole problem with Three Houses, I suppose, is that like it is a story that purports to and aspires, in some sense, for greater moral ambiguity and greater complexity, but it's also it's good to give it credit where it's due, but it's also important to contextualize that it is not taking enough steps to solidify the position it wants to take. With its half-hearted approach to the church's moral ambiguity, they're like straight up evil but it's not confronted at all. Or, let's say, how... And this is a touchy one. Edelgard is probably the best solution for the continent, but it's also not properly explored the consequences of her actions, of the consequences of her regime. For example,
I think a good thing would have been if like she had at least a scene where she was like addressing Byleth about like, you know, the stuff like her like Byleth's father's death, like, you know, because like people still get confused on that fucking point that, you know, she ordered his execution or something. Like,
wait, how the hell do you get that set up?
Because Monica, aka Kronia, hangs around Edelgard as much, so they had to have been and you know, they allies, so they have to have been cooperating, right? Right, guys. That's how alliances work.
I mean, doesn't Edelgard literally have a line of dialogue with Monica in the chapter where you fight Monica, where she basically tells Monica to fuck off?
Yes, but do people care? No. Okay, we've been on the Three Houses train enough, I believe. The point about the fan base that I really just want to make is that no, like, it's not the end all be all. You can have fucking creative vision besides just that plot. And in fact, I believe I believe fucking Free Copes is just a fucking money grab. Let's be real. The setup for that game looks like a fucking fan fiction, and I've read those.
Yeah.
Long and short of it, if you want Three Houses plot but better, come watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Shiki Tanaka. Animated by Artland.
Okay. Before you continue, please. Before I continue, I have one thing to say. Fire Emblem. I sleep. Kaga Saga. Real shit. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Bespoke.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
but Super Robot Wars.
Listen, Mecha is a whole other discussion.
Mecha
Not
Fire
talking
Emblem?
about Mecha, but talking about Mecha.
Yo,
Mecha?
Not talking about Mecha, but talking about Mecha.
Mecha. So if
You
I
mean
may,
the walking tree CH instead of a KK?
Yes. So the mecha genre is cool, but I'm going to get into that in a second. I want to talk about my personal journey coming away from Fire Emblem, which is a series I used to love quite a lot, and getting into mecha as a genre. Starting with
getting into
Galactic
mecha
Heroes.
hype, please. The joke literally writes itself.
I'm sorry.
We need to be. You have to be stopped before you actually went to a rambling.
Come on, hype. At least ask permission first.
You're about to say Radd.
I don't think I've said it's rambling here.
God damn it, Radd! What? Oh, sorry, force of habit.
So yeah, by the way,
finished.
Anyway, let's go on.
On hype.
So a show I just finished is called Armored Trooper Votams, which is
Hey, what?
Armored Trooper Votams. It's a 1983 mecha show animated by Sunrise and directed by Ryosuke Takahashi. It has nothing to do with Fire Emblem. I just think it's excellent. Go ahead.
What was your breakfast nice?
I had a peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter but no jelly?
What? No,
What?
But how was the thought?
Wait. How did we deviate from meaning to talk about Elden Ring, and then we ended up on fucking what did you have for breakfast?
by the way, Elden Ring is peak fiction.
The reason we are talking about Elden Ring is because our resident Elden Ring enjoyer unfortunately had to depart.
Hang on, let me do a roulette. Should I talk? Should I say or should I say Sophie to speak?
What do you mean Bosswon is right here?
I mean Ref. Ref is like...
Yeah, but I don't have a conversation partner. Nobody else here has played the goddamn game.
Edwalker! Nobody played Edwalker, so I can talk about. I'm just like Boss.
Yeah, you're punished, just like me.
Yeah.
Punished.
Anyways, this ballista.
The only way
to
Look
win
at this
against
ballista.
This ballista eating
What?
Oops.
This ballista,
Eating
Jesus, it is eating brains.
beans.
Mr.
You know, at this point, I'm just gonna say something, whatever,
Mr.
and then we'll start. And then we'll start probably derailing the conversation.
So we are still in search of the IoT.
I see an opportunity. Fun fact actually regarding FE12 itself. This map has more enemies on Maniac mode than on Lunatic mode. There is there is one Draco Knight over here, roughly, who has that AI about, you know, visiting the armory triggers him. It's removed.
Oh, right.
It's removed on Lunatic.
For no reason, I guess. I don't know.
He's really easy to kill because of his experience, because of his like AI. So
less EXP.
It's less exploitable EXP. Yeah.
Damn, they really do
Damn,
think about everything.
It's so weird because sometimes you think, is this game really like?
Yeah, was this game actually played? Yeah, was this game actually played tested? Like you have shit like the fucking Skryza running rings around like a fucking stupid lake in chapter 14, which is like perfectly baiting the dragons outside. Like, anyone remember that?
I think I remember it. Yeah, it's just some of the strats seem way too specific to not have been playtested.
It's so funny.
And then there's the fucking Zane water walking bullshit, which.
Oh god damn it. I actually hate that strat for chapter 15. Not
yeah,
gonna
because
lie.
it trivializes the map, right?
Yeah, and I actually like the map. Wait, I should have. Well, nice. I didn't save before actually going in. Amazing. Well,
Ford, you messed up. No.
Bro, time to. I'm gonna fucking restart this map, and you're gonna sit here with me.
Jesus Christ, recording too, Boogaloo.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry,
this
let's
is
wait for a second. What happened?
Nice.
Nice memes.
Miss. Miss.
Standing here.
I was almost hoping, but he gets one shot.
Ah, poor
Dude,
Julian.
just rig the dodge at 100%. Rig the 0% dodge.
Julian.
Julian.
Wow.
That sounded almost like Gregor.
Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregor?
Hold up.
No.
Radd, are you okay?
Radd is either releasing or convulsing, or both.
I was about to say the A word.
Everybody here is professional commentators.
Yes.
Nice crit.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Game-
absolutely.
Thank you for posting that video. I needed that. I needed to find that video. I've been looking for it.
This didn't actually take as long as I expected.
Yeah, turns out. When you're doing
Turns out when
Turns out where you aren't like handicapping your run by using shitty units, the chapter might actually go well.
Isn't that the armory that in FE3, if you entered it, it would trigger the wyverns? to connect
We
to
literally talked about this. That was also kept in hard and normal mode. On Maniac mode, it was reduced to one specific wyvern, and then on Lunatic mode, it was removed.
Hi. Are you paying attention, Hive? Come on, Hive.
You're going to lose subscriber.
You are going.
Unsubscribe.
My bad.
Amazing.
I love Mathis.
I love
Omori.
Omori.
He's funny.
I
love Omori.
I love Geek.
Oh no!
No, please do not compare. Yo, let's go.
Based.
Please do not compare Omori to Yeek.
Yes, that would be an insult to Geek.
So what was the
I'm
count?
going. The pipe bomb is in the mail. We're government agents. I'm a satire account.
Just a bit of clarity. Defense.
Yo, defense again! No.
Hype.
Just for any what?
See, this is the problem with calling yourself hype.
Oh damn it! I did change my username to be more consistent across other platforms.
Sure you did.
But like, I'm sure I
Sure, you did.
Sure.
did. Nothing new.
Cope.
So hype.
So
What?
hype.
If you were a Lagoose, would your class be hype beast?
I
That was terrible. I'm sorry.
That was terrible. Please never speak again.
Okay.
that reminds me of that time Chris called me a hype beast once. I hated that.
See, Amber, you made a Chris joke.
I'm sorry. I'll never speak again.
F.
And then he never spoke for any commentary episode ever again, guys. Can you believe it?
No.
No, is this foreshadowing?
Foreshadow.
The Wrangler help you with the voice foreshadowing? No.
We're gonna have
I'm
character
guessing-
arcs.
I can't believe it has so much lore.
With the
More
first
Wrangler
guess,
lore.
We really need a roll lore button.
So,
Wait, what am I?
do you want to like give Chris the XP here and then level him up next map and not promote, or?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna like get us some chippy XP?
Yeah, the plan is... I should probably, you know, in that case, I should probably move the people who are actually giving him crit. You know, maybe. Although this way he has less hit.
So lower hit.
Yeah.
It's comically funny that like Shadow Dragon's first boss is as terrible as it is on Hard 5. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
Sure, that's a common sentiment, but like, wow.
Whoa.
What happened?
Now we are literally just making noises.
That's what we always do. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Good commentary, guys.
Amazing.
You could just like wait a turn for him to heal.
Are we really doing this? Are we really fucking this? Are we really fucking doing
I
this?
caused
Awesome.
trouble.
Boss
Prepare for
abusing.
trouble.
See,
Man, this really is a vacation run.
Yeah.
All rules are off the table.
remember kids at home, turns are meaningless.
Yes.
Remember, kids at home, turn A.
I'm done.
What?
That is literally how the song goes.
Let me post it. It starts with the Vine Boom sound effect.
Yeah, go post so that every viewer can like hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea, Hype. Yeah.
I sent the video. Rangor can edit in if he wants to.
No.
Put in
Edit.
Wrangler
Edit?
editing?
Edit.
Bruh.
never.
Edit. That's a really
Listen.
good joke.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. And
Yo.
they
The mouth. Okay.
There we go.
Now
Let's see what he got.
E.
Oh my
Yo.
god.
Nice. The speed redemption.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
It's redemption arc.
Fun fact. I have only like doing even that. I still have 1/3 of the turn limit left to get the Gaiden.
Nice.
Yep.
Because
That
it's
was
so
a very
fucking
fun
lenient.
fact.
When the princess is
Wait.
abducted.
75 turns for that guided? Jesus.
No, I said 1/3 of a time left, so it's like
Oh.
41 turns, I believe. Since this didn't take as long, I'll do free X preparations. Unless you guys want me to do free X, it's a pretty short map.
Why don't we just do 3x? It's short.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's short.
This ended up going a lot more swimmingly than we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you would like die a few times, but it actually went well.
Yeah, same. I mean, I didn't expect. I less expected to die, and I more expected Chapter 3 to actually take even longer.
Okay, it's time to unlock Ultra Instinct. How does it show?
She does it.
It's okay, guys. I am no longer racist. Wait, I just realized.
Joey did it. So
Joey, what the hell was that?
That's the
into his Ultra Instincts.
I mean, I know what it is, but why did you do that?
I
had to do the bit.
He did the bit.
No, you didn't. You did not have to commit to the bit. You didn't have to. You chose to.
And it's all the better for it.
Yeah, his choice was valid. I stand by his choice.
Yes. Okay, get the fuck in that class.
Gregor, get on the fucking dragon.
If we can talk about balancing Draco Knights, I know we talked about this a lot in Radiant Dawn, but in most Fire Emblem games, though in this one, we can talk about the unique balancing act of wyverns. They are not balanced at all. In fact, they are often stupid.
I would say they actually
are. Game,
I would actually say they are balanced.
Oh,
the way the caps and the stats. More specifically, there is a period of the game where Draco Knight is probably the best class, but it does start to peter off a lot. For example, Chapter 15 already has like 22 speed snipers, which are outside the doubling range of any Draco Knight. There is the Falcon Knight, which is how you deal with that. However,
but you know, Falcon Knight is.
However, in this game, it's not a case of Draco Knight is just broken, you should only use Draco Knight or with a Nord like in Three Houses. It's a case of it's the default, however you actually do have really good incentives to off-spec. And in like the late game chapters, you actually just don't feel the Draco Knights. Instead, Paladin actually becomes the default class, if anything. Or Swordmaster.
Swords are really nice.
But you see, Three Houses meta is bad.
Yes.
Because it is just Draco Knights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are we like quoting fucking Death Grips now?
Oh, I was talking. Hey, whatever the game's called, whatever.
Out of curiosity, 22 attack versus 13, not enough. So the ideal here would be killing these 4 enemies, which I think I can do actually. Hold up.
And remember, like making setups that's definitely clear that.
Yeah. Also,
time for Power to get on those boosters.
Yes. I was actually counting my the planned expenditures.
I see you're a bit of an economist.
Yes. Almost. I see you're a bit of an economist. Almost broke. This will benefit me a lot in the long term. Now, I would also normally give one to Katria, but I'm actually gonna try saving one for Minerva. Let's see. Also, you guys are still alive, right?
No.
Yep. Yes, we are. Absolutely.
No, I'm fucking dying inside. What do you mean? No.
True.
Everybody here is awakened.
I have awakened.
Everybody here is ignite.
Die.
I can't do it.
I broke my X-Acto knife.
Wait, what's the speed? 10.
How did you break your X-Acto knife?
I fixed my X-Acto knife.
Okay.
The what?
An X-Acto knife.
I think you're gonna
It's
need to
something-
explain.
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
It's a
it's one
knife
of those,
used for like
box
making
cutter.
very precision cuts.
It's like
I
a
use it for my
scalpel,
model kits.
but for arts.
2, 3, 4,
And
5, 6,
crafts.
7, 8.
Of course, you have to mention crafts. Why do you feel the need to mention crafts?
Adesso in Kraftso. Wait, 22,
Self-rendered.
22, 21, 13. Wait, so what about the Lukasad? I can't even call the Luknasad because it's fucking misspelled. Wait, 27 and 9, that's 18. So he actually does one round. So if I can... Yeah, okay, so Aaron and Katria can gang up on one of them. Marv, let's see. 12, 15, 27. That also kills, okay. And then... Yeah, this should work. I just need to reclass Aaron. Or actually... I can bring Linda.
Yeah, that works too.
Don't listen to boss, but I think it works.
Oh yeah, Radd agrees, but also disagrees.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you don't need to put those Elden Ring spoilers anymore.
We are gonna joke that we would have to put an Elden Ring spoiler alert. Nice.
I'm thinking about the conversation we were having earlier. I think it was Luke. It was our conversation about works not being appreciated during the time with which they were released.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more than just video games. That's a common problem with certain media that released, I'm gonna say, good job, Luke, in the years prior to now.
Wow, amazing!
If I might narrow it down, more like the years of the early internet and burgeoning internet, as opposed to now, when most people are familiar to it.
Yeah,
nice.
You know that Kirsten Dunst is the worst voice actress ever.
Kirsten Dunst, she was a bad Mary Jane because she was screaming, and I hate women.
Because are you an
That's
alpha
what 90%
gamer?
of the complaints around her sound like, yeah.
Yeah, more than Spider-Man 2, but also relating to just general perceptions about certain media, oftentimes including games, but oftentimes including anime. Because, in a manner of speaking, the people who consume them, these media, let's say don't possess the same level of media literacy that's as common today, or else fall prey to surface-level examinations of a work.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's really just a good way to put it. A lot of this big problem ties into certain content that was created by certain reviewers, which created bad benchmarks for approaching media. It's what we call the nostalgia critic problem. It's the Bennett the Sage anime review style. It's the people who... What's the word for it?
Surface level. Made surface level. It was like surface level, very palatable content that was very popular at the time. Because people like to listen to people just riff on things.
Yeah. It was also like, because it wasn't nearly as mainstream or widely known back then, people who talked about it at all were special in that sense. And I suppose the lack of other perspectives on that media led to these surface level issues. Good example of this is Garzy's Wing, an infamous OVA directed by Yoshiki Tomino that suffers from production and essentially being 2 novels crammed into 3 episodes of OVA. It is not a terribly well-constructed OVA, granted, but the way with which certain people approached it, as if it was God's sin of sorts, God's terror of mankind. It was blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
essentially what was just sensationalization of it.
It was, having actually watched it, it's just a lackluster, boring OVA that, were it not for, like, the internet, I guess, quote-unquote, hype around it, it would have been forgotten long ago.
Wait, what? I toned out. What are we talking about?
People who have surface-level perceptions of certain media and forming opinions on the internet in the early 2000s onwards.
I heard that part. I meant, like, what OVA are we talking about? I meant I should have
Darcy's
clarified.
Wing.
I don't know what that is, so okay, I will tone out again.
I'm just gonna nod and pretend.
Yeah. Anyways, long and short of it, I'm talking about like how people who have zero idea what they're talking about often, and zero knowledge of, let's say, a medium's history, will make absurd claims about it. Which is tied into something that happens, I suppose, with Fire Emblem and the SRPG genre. And it's the series history as well.
There we go.
Good job. Good job.
Finally. Good luck.
What's it called? A good example of this is claims made by some people hating on OVAs and anime and having no idea what they're talking about when they say shit like, a lot of these shows just have bad, garbage animation, and then they roll a clip of it, and it's actually, like, good. People will... Yeah, go ahead.
I have a very hilarious endgame to this, related to Fire Emblem, that will tie everything together. Do you still have anything else to add?
Let me think. Long and short of it, forming internet opinions back then was difficult, and we're still recovering from its ill effects.
Alright. So this is actually the story all about how the last promise is underappreciated.
So true!
True.
So true.
True.
So
true.
That's not even wrong.
That's not a fucking joke either.
That is not a joke. That is my real
endgame. By a 15-year-old. What do you mean a hack made by a 15-year-old isn't perfect? If it's not perfect, it must be bad.
Okay, but then you you don't even have to compare it to like stuff that comes out today, which is still fucking still manages to be worse, by the way. You can just compare it to like fucking Requiem.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, the way The Last Promise was treated by, well, at least the stories I've heard about the way The Last Promise was treated by the community were unfair.
The Last Promise in general has been treated extremely unfairly. There are people who deadass say it did nothing for the hacking community, which is such an objectively incorrect statement. I don't even know where to begin breaking it down.
I don't know where to begin breaking it down, but I do know that I can begin breaking down. Because of it.
Break them down.
No, I'm gonna be the one breaking down because of those takes.
Break down, break down.
Yeah, break down, break down,
break down. Break down, break down.
Oh right,
Okay,
oh right, I have the star shard. Epic.
Let's go.
I forgot. I forgot. Wait,
Hype, Joey, do you guys want to hear something?
Go ahead.
This just showed up on my time. I'm about to taint the commentary, but I don't care, it's funny. Bandai Namco has announced that it has just invested 15 billion yen, or $130 million USD, to create their very own metaverse dedicated to Gundam.
Oh yeah, I already heard about that. It's like they're not actually like investing in crypto. It's supposed to be like a place where you can watch Gundam episodes and like talk with other Gundam fans.
Oh, so it's like
the thing that it's like the Gundam MMO and Build Divers, but like in real life.
Okay, so it's
this ties into a different problem.
VR chat and not cryptocurrency. Thank Christ.
Yeah.
In which case, why didn't you just use VR chat?
True.
this ties into a different
Perfect.
problem that I suppose comes with the way that term metaverse didn't used to always have the same context that it does nowadays. Ever since it was trademarked.
We do
Why
not.
would you say that?
We don't mean to censor information. We seek to create context. Create
Who else would-
context.
Who else would wade through
Yeah,
this
but-
garbage you people produce?
You were saying hype before I derailed it.
I honestly, you said rail, and I immediately thought of that one train mecha that we looked at.
Which one?
Do you have
Any
any
idea
idea
how
how
little that Paris Srungle?
What the? You know what? I'm just gonna sit
You-
here and pretend I know what the fuck you're talking about.
You've heard about Sabungo. You've heard about Dugram.
Yes,
You've heard
sir.
about Elgon. You've heard
Just
about
me.
Dunbean.
What
They'll
the
get
fuck?
ready.
Okay, okay, I'm actually okay.
Srungo.
I will be ending it soon. However, I want to give shoutouts to our new greatest unit. Like, you know,
Oh my god.
like, you know, okay, like, you know, Agma was good in the prologue, now she's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not. She has the rescue staff.
Yeah.
You know, Jazz Hands is a really good unit.
the
However-
Luxtat though.
However,
The Luxtat though.
however, did you really
However-
did you really think I was gonna go through this entire game without one Mimi unit?
Yeah.
Wait, I literally said this in the first episode, and you said you weren't.
I was trying to
Dark
fucking make.
Mage Jubello.
I was
Hint,
gonna.
hint,
I was
hint.
hint.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
You lied to me.
Subtle writing, guys.
So,
Subtle writing.
Shadow dragoning.
for those who are wondering why the fuck are you saving an angelic robe for a Minerva? I'm not. I'm gonna be benching Minerva this run, who I usually use, to use Ubello.
Jubello.
Ah, you
And
bear.
And ironically, it's actually gonna be the same route as the Soyo, Fighter to Draco Knight.
No sniper! No!
Sniper has a well, maybe Sniper later, but I need Fighter, that's for sure, because
Strength of.
yeah, Strength. Also, for those who are wondering, for those perceptive,
Sorry?
I still haven't used this.
This is a secret ingredient.
This is a secret
Wow.
tool that will help us later.
And that time
God.
Is now.
near at hand.
Yes.
He's
Anyway,
going to. Ibello is
gonna-
going to go seed mode.
yeah.
Sleep.
So I'm gonna
Are we
show.
going to?
I'm gonna showcase what I'm gonna be doing this map, basically. This. Hello there.
Next time
we
on
going
Elden
to-
Fire Emblem, we will become the wall.
And the pirates will pay for it. Yeah, but
Featuring
yeah,
Lieutenant Quattro Bagina.
yes. Also, this is sort of also why I can't agree about like Draco Knights just being like the best unequivocally class for everything, because like even General does something. I think the only class that doesn't is Warrior.
Oh, fuck you, warrior.
Crash and Shambles. Anyway, this has been enough memery for today.
Never enough time.
Never enough memery, I suppose.
So what will we close out on?
I haven't been recording this entire time. I'm fucking joking. I was.
Oh crap!
Thank Christ.
I was.
You almost did it,
I was.
you
know.
Episode?
I was like. I thought I would get a reaction sooner, but I just stunned everyone into silence. But no, I was recording. Luckily.
You parried literally all of us.
Harry,
All right. Thanks
my
for
dog.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, and please remember that Elden Ring exists. See ya.